Laser beams.
Fantastic laser beams.
I've seen a laser show that the Who did. And have you seen that?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it compare with what you have?
Well, in general terms, there's an amazing amount of possibilities with laser beam, and I think everybody that's using laser beams is touching the surface at the moment. And I've been following laser beams for about 3 years now. The sculptor of laser beams via this young lady who lives in London called Eve, and she worked in Paris for a while with one of the top people involved in lasers, who is now in New York University.
Are they the people that are involved in what you're doing?
Well, Eve designed the box of tricks, as it might be termed, that develops the actual beam into various shapes and forms. And as I say, it's just touching the surface at the moment. I really believe very, very strongly about the development of things like laser beams, and I'm sure when people see the shows that laser beams are used on, there's a certain newness about seeing something like that anyway.
Although when people are just scratching the surface, as John said, that everybody's using them differently because they're really quite individual things, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
It's limited only by your imagination, I suppose.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of light show that is always enterprising and exciting to get involved in.
Yeah.
And if it turns an audience on, that's the main thing.
Right. Right, absolutely. Speaking of audiences, how do you really enjoy playing live as opposed to studio work?
They're two totally different fields.
I know.
And live concerts is something that is sort of inbred in all of us. We were talking to our friend from Atlantic here, and he was telling us how hard some people have to work to get anywhere, and then the breaks you need and things. And John said, we've all been through that too. Bussing it around and things. Yeah. And it all makes it really, the audience are the reason you're doing it.
How hard do you have to work to get it to come off? To get the sound. Do you try to recreate your records, or do you want to expand on them? Well, of course, expand on them, but.
Yeah, the first thing is to try and recreate it on stage and then expand on it.
Yes.
The audience energy is the utmost for any
helps the expansion.
Yeah, well, for any musician, you can't make music in a room and that's it. You've got to make music and get a reaction from one person or 10,000 or 200 or
the inspiration. Definitely.
Whatever. Yeah, you've got to have the energy back to know that what you're doing has got some value.
How do you like America?
Great.
Yeah. Very exciting.
You've been here several times. I guess you've seen a good bit of the country. Do you enjoy coming to America?
Great. Something very special sort of touring for us.
Yeah.
So it's complicated. Once we get going, it's great.
Do you like to travel as opposed to just having to travel because you're on a tour, but you like to see the world?
Yeah. Well, when we're touring, we don't see. We just concentrate totally to do a show.
Yeah.
And traveling and so on. You see various parts of the country, but you don't get very involved. I'd like to do at times, it'd be nice to stay around here for a few days and go out into the woods and check it all out, but we never get that time. Maybe in our later life
we do a lot of consecutive shows, which means that we really don't get that much chance, as John said, to sort of hang out.
To the next.
Yeah. But when we get a day off, we usually find things to do.
Great.
Okay.
Do you feel that your live album that you have out now, do you have plans for another one?
Yeah.
Do you feel the live album captures your act?
I mentioned it to John last night. I said we've almost got enough material. We have got enough material for another live album that wasn't, none of the music was included on Yes songs, and it's something that when the group wants to do it, we'll do it, and it'll be from Relaya and other songs that we're doing now. It'll be very exciting.
Do you feel like the live album itself captures the essence of your concert well? Does it display the Yes sound well? Are you able to capture everything you put out on the tape?
In some respects, yeah. But having only had one live album out, But we have a lot of tapes of live concerts and so on, and some are extremely exciting, but sound-wise they're not so quality sound for record.
Yeah.
And yet some of the cassettes that we have are absolutely very exciting. You feel the energy of an audience and the band playing together, and this is one thing that we always wish to capture more on live albums. So the next live album that we put out, it will be definitely hopefully an exciting thing.
The only way to get the total concept down into something like video record, because we're now into this tour, pretty into a progression last tour of sort of providing things for the audience to watch, as well as not to a great extent, but just sort of imagery. And I know Chris and I last night were prancing around like a couple of ballet dancers. I don't know why, but we caught it last night. There was some sort of flow, and Chris kept pointing his feet down like this, and I was doing it too. So there's things that obviously build the show and the connection between the audience.
Do you have a specific song on the Yes Songs live album that you feel captures Yes best that we could play right now, or shall I just play what I have prepared?
Say no more.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, I couldn't pick one out really, and if any of them do, then they all do, because they're all really from the same, almost all from the same tour. There's a couple of early ones with Bill, which are sort of quite unusual, but I mean, once Alan was playing all those numbers, it's fantastic, so they've all got the energy, I think.
Great. Well, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Okay.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you, John, for the rare appearance on the radio. Steve, good luck with your solo album, and hope the concert's a killer tonight. We're all going to be looking forward to it, and we definitely will be there.
Thank you. Bye then.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Here's Starship Trooper.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, ZZQ.